All right, and now we move to a bout on the main card in the welterweight division between a UFC veteran and Tim the Dirty Bird Means, who comes into the fight with a record of 32 victories, 12 defeats, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. And he's going up against a guy who's making a run at 170 pounds after going 1-0 after defeating Alex Cowboy Oliveira. That is the former middleweight in Kevin Trailblazer Holland, who comes into this fight with a record of 22 victories, 7 defeats, and 1 no contest. This is a good fight. And again, I think this is going to be a fight that's a lot closer than people may initially believe it to be. And it kind of reminds me of the Adrian Yanez and Tony Kelly fight that we just broke down. I think that a lot of people are writing off Tim Means because he's had some losses, because he's been knocked out, because he's been submitted. They're writing him off. And I don't think that Tim Means is completely out of this fight. I don't believe that to be the case at all. Tim Means has really, really solid boxing. He's got good head movement. His defense is pretty good. It's not the best, but he definitely has some good defense. Let's see if we can pull it up. We'll go to UFC and we'll pull up the stats for the fight. Let's see. View fight card. Here. All right. So for this fight, Tim Means is coming in at 6'2". Kevin Holland 6'3", and a 6-inch reach advantage for Holland, and that's something that he's going to have to use for the entirety of this fight, however long it lasts. He's going to have to use that 6-inch reach advantage to keep Tim Means at a distance, to use those jabs, use long front kicks, use the inside and outside low kicks, use high kicks, side kicks to the body, use that traditional martial arts style that he kind of came to fall in love with in the UFC. When he first came into the UFC, those hopping side kicks, stay at range, fight in and out. If you get into a clinch range or boxing range with Tim Means can catch Holland on the chin and put him out. He's not got the best knockout power. He doesn't have like one hitter quitter power, but the guy's clean, crisp, and technical with his hands, and he knows how to put the combinations on you. He is a sharpshooter. If I could describe the Dirty Bird in one thing, it would be that he's a sharpshooter. The left straight to the body, the left straight up top to the head, the right hook followed up behind it, the 1-2, 3-2, the 3-2 getting off on an angle. If Kevin Holland stays around in boxing range for too long against Tim Means is going to light him up. And the fact that Kevin Holland is always kind of lackadaisical, he's always kind of that having fun inside the cage. And yeah, that allows you to be looser and allows you to kind of put the pace on him and put the pressure on the opponent, and kind of he can just flow with the fight wherever it goes. But if he's too lackadaisical here, if he plays around too much, he can get pieced up by Tim Means. Tim Means can take him down in a close round and control him from the side control. I do believe the longer the fight would be on the ground, Kevin Holland would probably be able to scramble out, get to a top position, work for a submission, work his ground and pound, work the elbows off of his back. He is scrambly. He is good. He does use his hips a lot. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Means got a takedown here or there in this fight. But the crisp, clean, technical shots that Tim Means throws, if he's able to get in that boxing and clinch range and land those combinations, he can give Kevin Holland a lot of trouble, and he can hurt Kevin Holland really bad. If he gets him up against the cage and gets him in that clinch, those elbows, the upward elbows, the over-the-top elbows, the 1-2, 2 to the body, elbow up top, upward elbow, those are going to cut up Kevin Holland if he plays around for too much. And, in the fight against Oliveira did hit him on the chin and kind of wobble him a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Means can hurt Kevin Holland here and maybe put him out. But we're going to continue to go down the stats here. He's got a 3.5-inch leg reach advantage, does Tim Means, over Kevin Holland. So he's going to, again, I think that's a little bit, I guess it says it in the stats, but I don't really think that that's going to be that big of a factor in the fight. So Win percentage breakdowns, 59% of the wins coming by way of KO or TKO for for Tim Means, 16% by submission and 25% by decision. And then on Kevin Holland's side, you have 55% by KO, TKO, 27% by submission, and 18% by decision. Both of these men don't like to go to decision. You got a 3-round, 15-minute fight. I think we're probably going to be looking at a finish on either side. If it goes to decision, I would probably lean Tim Means to get the nod on the judges' scorecards. I think the longer the fight goes, the more it plays into the hands of Tim Means. I think early, the first 2 rounds, that's where Kevin Holland probably has the best shot to either put him out or lock up a submission. And then, in that 3rd round, if it goes to a decision, I would probably think that Tim Means was able to get a couple takedowns and get in close range and land that straight left hand, land that right hook, land the 1-2, land the 2-3, land the left hook to the body, the straight left to the body, the jab up top, the straight left to the body, the straight left up top, the right hand and the right hook to the body. If he's able to start to put those combinations together, tie up Kevin Holland, get him up against the cage. Kevin Holland, since he moves around so much, his balance is not the best. He kind of falls over his own feet sometimes. Sometimes he gets knocked off balance, and that can kind of have him giving up takedowns and stuff like that. Now, his takedown defense did look good against Alex Oliveira. It did look good against Kyle Daukaus for as long as the fight lasted. But, I think that the longer the fight goes, Kevin Holland is never really going to have the best takedown defense. It's just not his style. And even if his takedown defense is good, if your balance is not great and if you get caught out of position, lunging in on a shot or, getting your feet tripped up in the clinch, or maybe you throw a punch, you kind of, fall over your own feet and you're kind of, got to catch your balance for a second. That's where those takedowns are going to be opened up for Tim Means. I don't necessarily think Means will look for takedowns unless it's closer to the end of the round. And then that's where I think he'll look for those takedowns to kind of close out the round strong and continue to get the nod on the judges' scorecards. But, if we look at the overall record for both guys, we'll go to Tim Means first. He's got 32 wins and 12 losses. He's got 19 wins by knockout or TKO, 5 by submission, and 8 by decision. When it comes to losses, he has 2 TKO losses, 5 submission losses, and 5 decision losses. So pretty even along the board when it comes to the losses side with submissions, decisions, and KOs. And then on the win side, most of his wins coming by way of KO or TKO. He recently defeated Nicholas Dalby, Mike Perry, and Laureano Starpoli. Those were all by unanimous decision. Prior to that, his last loss is coming to Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez via guillotine choke submission in the 2nd round. And then before that, he got a guillotine choke submission win over Thiago Alves. Prior to that, a knockout loss to Nico Price, a TKO win over Ricky Rainey, a split decision loss to Sergio Moraes, decision loss to Bilal Muhammad, split decision. That doesn't look too bad. That was back in November of 2017. Decision win over Alex Garcia. A submission loss via rear naked choke to Alex Oliveira. Kevin Holland's last win is a TKO over Alex Cowboy Oliveira. But they were at different points of their careers when the fight went down, so I don't think you can look too much into that. And Kevin Holland did have some rough spots in that fight. When you look at Kevin Holland's wins, you got 22 wins overall, 7 losses, 13 wins coming by way of KO or TKO, 5 submissions and 4 decisions. When you look at the losses, Kevin Holland's never been knocked out before. He's got 2 submission losses on his record and 5 decision losses. So never been knocked out before in his career. I do think if Tim Means does hit Kevin Holland on the chin with the weight cut that he, has to go through to make 170 now, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Holland gets hurt by Tim Means and potentially put out. But when it comes down to the actual win for the fight, like who do I think is going to take the fight? Who do I think is going to have more advantage the longer it goes? I think that first round and a half is going to be very hard for Tim Means to kind of get the timing of Kevin Holland. Like I said, I think the longer it goes in that 15-minute fight, the more time that Tim Means has, the more that he can pick up on the pace, land the combinations. He kind of picks up the longer the fight goes, and he looks better the longer the rounds go on. But early on, I think that it is live for Kevin Holland to catch Tim Means and rock him. Maybe hurt him on the feet, lock up a submission. I think that's a possibility. Or hurt him on the feet overall and then knock him out just by landing the bigger shots. He does possess power. The shot he caught the shot he caught Alex Cowboy Oliveira with was a little short right hook that dropped him, and then he jumped on him and landed the ground and pound. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland here, but I definitely think this is close to a 50-50, 55-45 fight. I think this is a very close fight overall, a lot closer than people are giving Tim Means credit for. The line is absolutely ridiculous. Holland sits at a minus 280 favorite to a plus 225 dog for Tim Means. Wouldn't be mad at you if you took the shot on Tim Means, but I don't think that's not the best idea. I would still ride with Kevin Holland. If you're going to take the shot, if you're going to bet Kevin Holland, you're more than likely going to do it in a parlay. Betting that straight up, there's really no upside. Betting Kevin Holland by knockout or TKO, you're going to get plus money. I think that's the way to go if you're going to bet on this fight. If you're looking at it from a betting perspective, bet on Holland to win by KO, TKO. You're going to get a better line, and that's probably how the fight's going to end if Holland does get his hand raised. So I'm going to go with Trailblazer here. I think he's going to use that length, catch Tim Means stepping in with the elbow, land the 1-2 that he possesses, a very long, rangy 1-2. You saw it showcased against Joaquin Buckley as well. I think he's going to land that 1-2, land an elbow off the break, boom, boom, 1-2, drop Tim Means, jump on him, and get a TKO finish. So my pick is Kevin Trailblazer Holland to go 2-0 at 170 pounds in the UFC by defeating Tim Means via a second round TKO victory. I could see it in the first, but I'm going to give Tim Means more credit there. The longer the fight goes, though, I do think it favors the Dirty Bird. But my pick is Kevin Trailblazer Holland to defeat Tim the Dirty Bird Means via second round TKO.